What's up, Riftbounders? I'm back again with some more VOD reviews, this time with some Kaisa mirrors that I played in the Thursday night fight weekly. These are some mirrors that I lost, and as you might expect, Kaisa mirrors are probably going to be something you'll see a lot, especially if you go into tournament play. So I think it's going to be worth VOD reviewing these to see where I went wrong. This is a VOD from at least a week ago. I've changed up some of my lists, and so the deck list that I currently run is not the same, but that doesn't matter. I think we're just going to look at some of the decision making here and see where exactly I went wrong. So yeah, let's start off with the first VOD. I have Yordle, Watcher, Sentry in hand. I believe my opponent is going first. They won the coin flip, and for some reason they brought out the Arena's Greatest. That is an interesting choice. So it looks like I decided to get rid of a Yordle and a Sentry. Makes sense. You know, I need those spells. And I keep a Yordle and a Watcher. So since playing this Kaisa mirror, I actually did a lot of Kaisa mirrors in locals and also at other tournaments. So I feel like I have a better understanding of the Kaisa mirror now than I did back when I recorded this VOD. So hopefully I can figure out what exactly I did wrong. And what does my opponent do? So they start off with a student, and then they pass to me. I mean, I just play the Yordle over here. Pretty self-explanatory turn. Use up all the runes. We both forget our Arena's Greatest triggers, which is whatever, since it's a casual tournament. But, you know, in those serious tournaments, your opponent may not let you take back that trigger. So, gotta remember the ABCDs. This is something I started thinking about ever since doing local plays. And so my opponent sends the Raven Bloom over there. I can't react. I got nothing up. They play Kaisa in base. And I actually noticed something. Playing Kaisa in base turn 2 is actually a mistake. Especially if you're tapped out and you only have 4 runes to play her. Because what I could do, because a lot of Kaisa lists don't run a lot of Kaisas. If I were to have, say, a Falling Star, I would just go straight for that Kaisa. And my opponent would be down like one of their key cards, and I would actually be in a pretty good spot. Like right now, I could play my Kaisa. That's fine. I have the retreat. But I think in the Kaisa mirror, you really never want to play Kaisa and tap out. Because if it gets Falling Star, especially early on, you just lose so much. But, you know, I don't have a way to punish my opponent here. I wonder if that's literally all they had that in their hand. So I use the Hextech Ray, clear the student, because obviously the Reavers they're gonna survive because of Reavers if I go in. So I play my own Yordle, and I make a mistake. I make a mistake, and I play my own Kaisa and tap out. I think what I should have done here is I should have played my own Yordle and just left one up. There's really, like, the Kaisa mirror, what I figured out in the past, like, sort of week, is that it's very grindy. If you tap out and you lose like some key cards, you're never coming back. So my opponent sends the Kaisa to Reavers. Very easy way for me to just retreat. Obviously, I have nothing to protect it with. Let's say I played the Yordle right in base. Now my opponent they're gonna question going into Reavers, because if I stay on my Yordle and I Hextech Ray their Kaisa, they need to have something like a cleave or like something to go over that. So I think this was an interesting game, because I feel like both of us may not. I know I already made 2 mistakes. I already made a mistake with playing the Kaisa while tapped out, and my opponent also, I feel like they also made a mistake playing the Kaisa tapped out in base. But it doesn't matter. I guess that this is why they tapped out with the Kaisa, because they had 2 Kaisas in hands. Okay. I guess they did not misplay, because if I Falling Star them on turn 2, they would have had a second Kaisa up. So I think that was actually correct by my opponent to tap out with the Kaisa there. If I were to Falling Star, they still have another Kaisa. That's fine. But I'm surprised I guess they have a list that runs multiple Kaisa. I do not. So me playing that Kaisa was actually terrible. It was not a right decision. And now we're 2-4. I need to somehow get 2 points here. I feel like what I could do is I could try sending the Yordle to Reavers and threaten I don't know, like a cleave or something, or a trade. And then my opponent would definitely send their Kaisa back. And then I can go on the right side and send my Kaisa in with the cleave. Try to kill it. If they have retreat, fine. I can also retreat my Kaisa back after. So I think that's what I think that should be the optimal sequence here, or one of the better lines I could do. I could send Yordle to the left. They'll probably retreat their Kaisa with Reavers. I'll go Kaisa to the right, play my Cleave, and then they'll probably do some remove their Kaisa. If they do trade, then I guess it is what it is. And then, or I could even try to retreat my Kaisa, which probably isn't good. I'd probably want to just trade with it, and then I could just probably just play a Yordle and maybe a student in base, or maybe just even play a Yordle and see what I get. Because in the Kaisa mirror, you actually don't want to play too many units, or else you could get punished by a Cathian Rain. I think Yordle and student in this turn is fine. I don't know what I'm thinking of. Oh, what is that? Oh, that is not good. I play the Watcher. Okay. Oh, ooh, okay. It looks like we're still learning. We're still learning here. The Watcher here is horrendous because, I mean, yes, I do get to put my Kaisa on Reavers, but I don't really need to because I have the retreat in hand. And now I send the Yordle over here. If my opponent hits it with a Hextech Ray, or I guess a Stupefy, I guess we trade there. It's not the worst, but yeah, I feel like I should have been able to get 2 points on this turn. This is pretty bad for me because now we are 4-3, and they stupefied me. Yeah, so if I went and Kaisa cleaved on the right, I assuming they didn't, like, I think if they had a Hextech Ray, they would have used it there because I wouldn't have been able to kill their Kaisa. So they only had the cleave, the stupefy. So my cleave onto the right side would have gone through, and I would have gone to 4 points here. So back to my opponent's turn, they're on even points, which is great for them. They send their Kaisa in. I have no choice but to retreat my Kaisa. They go to 5, and then they play a Rain. And yeah, as you can see here, I just got super punished because now I have like a perfect amount of might to get rained. Let's say I kept the student, the Yordle, and a Kaisa on the field, and my opponent plays a Rain. I retreat my Kaisa, and the Rain only kills a student and a Yordle. And they could misplay by not putting enough damage on the student as well, and the retreat would let it survive. But yeah, so like this Watcher was horrendous. I already know why we lost here. We don't. I feel like there's there's not much to see. So we play a student, we play a Darius. One thing I noticed is Darius in the Kaisa matchup is not particularly good. I think in this case it's fine because I want to go to 4 points. But the issue with Darius in the Kaisa matchup is if you put Darius on an empty battlefield, it's just gonna die to your opponent's Darius. In this case, it's fine because there's Reavers, but I think yeah, no. I already put myself in such a bad spot with that horrendous Watcher play that I feel like anything I do here is just, oh, where did that Falling Star go? Yeah, so yeah, anything I do here is probably kind of futile. I get double stupefied into Falling Star on both of these. I retreat the Darius. The student does die. And let's see. I don't know what we're doing here. I disconnected. Okay, we'll go back. My opponent sends their Kaisa to the right. They go to 6. Great number for them. I believe all they need to do is play a unit. And now I can't Rain because it's not really that much value. And if they retreat their Kaisa, I basically spend Rain on a Sentry. And I'm pretty sure the game's just over here. Do I pack it up? Do I pack it up? Yeah, exactly. They just retreat their Kaisa. Like, I think what I should have done here, like, obviously the game is kind of lost. I think it's Yordle, dig for something, and then Darius in to Reavers. I don't really know. I feel like this, yeah, I get a Noxus Hopeful. Yeah, I feel like it's Yordle, send Darius in. Maybe I could send Darius in and then play the Noxus and the Darius on the left side and hope he doesn't have Watcher. But yeah, no. And now we just pack it up. We go to game 2, and then what do I bring out my Arena's Greatest. Understandable. It's basically just another matching battlefields. So we start off. I sub in some Sprite Mothers, which would be great if there wasn't a Reavers. I guess it's not the worst. And I don't even mulligan. I just keep the Sprite Mother, I keep the student, I keep the Ray, I keep the retreat. I think this is fine to keep, mainly because you want the retreat for your Kaisa. The Ray is great for early game, and the Sprite Mother, it's fine for turn 2. I would say like it's better than dropping the Kaisa on turn 2. So we play the student. We don't play the student. play the sentry. I guess the reasoning here is I send sentry to Reavers and then I send the sprite to arenas. That way the sprite can be kind of a nuisance. I think that's the why. So I send the sentry to the right and I'm... Oh, what am I doing? Kaisa? No, this isn't right. I think, okay, I think the play here is send sentry to the left to get arena's greatest value. Sorry. Send sentry to the left. Try to bait the Poro into getting a free trade onto the sentry. And then next turn I can play the Sprite Mother and potentially... Actually, no, yeah. I send the sentry. I should be sending the sentry to arenas right now. And then play the Sprite Mother, send the Sprite to Reavers. Because that way my opponent needs to play like something to make the Poro conquer Reavers. Otherwise, the Poro goes to greatest, I draw a card, and now the Poro is basically vulnerable to, let's say, a Kaisa accelerated into the arenas, and then my Kaisa is also safe because I also have the retreat in hand. So yeah, setting this over here is terrible, and then I play the Kaisa, also terrible. It should have been sentry to the left, Sprite Mother, and then next turn I can play Kaisa accelerated with the retreat. So yeah, my opponent goes to 1, I go to 2, whatever. We go over here, and why don't I... Oh, they leave 5 up. Because they leave 5 up, I send the Sprite Mother to the right. My opponent retreats with the Poro. And I guess this situation is not the worst. I'm at 4, my opponent's at 2. So this is not too bad. I kind of forced them to go to Arena's Greatest. They kill my sentry. I draw a Warp. And what do? They play their Kaisa from their champion zone, just over there. We go to my turn. I send the Sprite Mother over here. My opponent Hex Deck raise it. That is completely fine. Is this fine? I feel like I need to save the Sprite Mother with the retreat here. Yeah. So I think the reason I send the Sprite in first is if I send Kaisa, I could get Void Seekered. If I send the Sprite Mother, I kind of force my opponent to play something. In this case, they play a Ray, but I should react to this Ray with a retreat, because if I get the Sprite Mother back in hand, I know my Kaisa can go in safely unless my opponent has Ray Stupefy, which is less likely. They have 5 cards and they just spent a Ray. So I could most likely get a Conquer onto Reavers and then replay the Sprite Mother and try to force my opponent to spend another thing just to protect their Poro. So I send in with the Kaisa over here. I get Stupefy Raid. So I guess I don't get super punished because I just retreat the Kaisa. Okay, let's see if let's say I retreated the Sprite Mother on the left. And then I send the Kaisa, it dies. That's pretty bad. But at least I can kill the Poro with my Sprite Mother. And then I could probably play like another Noxus Hopeful. You don't want to commit too many units on board because Kaisa could punish with Rain. So yeah, so now Kaisa goes back in hand. I play Hopeful and Student. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the retreat needed to be saved for the Sprite Mother here, because now my opponent gets a free hold with the Poro, and they get to retreat the Poro back in base, which is annoying. And they get to go to, yeah, they basically go to 4, and they can just leave stuff in base if they wanted to. So I play 2 units. My opponent goes to 5. They play a sentry. They leave it there. I don't know why they leave the sentry there. I guess they want to draw. I guess they're also threatening another Hextech Ray if I go in with a Hopeful. So let's see. Now I draw into a third Hextech Ray, which is pretty bad. And I could warp. So the issue here is if I want to try go for a sneaky warp 4 to 6 to 8, I need to push my opponent on the right side off of Reavers with my Noxus, and my Ravenbloom has to somehow survive. And the issue is if I use a Ray to clear the sentry to ensure that my Ravenbloom survives, I wouldn't have enough to warp. So what do I even do here? I play the Watcher? No. Something's not right. I played the Watcher. Accelerated? Wait a minute. Well, hold on. This play is not right. And then I zap the Kaisa with a Hextech Ray. I send the Watcher in to go to 5. And then I send my Ravenbloom in. It gets Void Seekered. And then I send my Noxus Hopeful in. I go to 6. Is this really the right play? Because, okay, so I know my opponent has Void Seeker. So let's say I didn't play the Watcher here. If I send the Noxus Hopeful to the right, it gets Void Seekered. But then my student gets a clean Conquer on the left. And then the only issue is that there's a dude on the right side. I feel like it's send Noxus Hopeful to the right, probably gets Void Seekered. And then I send my student to the left, go to 5. And then I send my Kaisa Accelerated to the right. I could clear off their Kaisa with 2 Hextech Rays, which deramps me by 1. And then Kaisa Accelerated deramps me by another. And I'd still go to 6 and keep the Watcher in hand. I think so. I'd go to 6, I'd keep the Watcher in hand, and I'd still have at least one Hextech Ray and a Time Warp. I think that's definitely the better play, because now I go to, what is it? I go to 6, I have 7 and 4. I could have a student on the left, a Kaisa on the right, and a Watcher in my hand instead of a Kaisa. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the other line was better, because finishing off with the Watcher is so much better. Because now my opponent, they play Watcher. If they had some sort of spell, my Watcher is dead, and I'm kind of screwed here. But yeah, they clear off the left side. They go to 6, and yeah, they Falling Star my Watcher. Yeah, so like let's say I had the student on the left, a Kaisa on the right. They would play Watcher, Falling Star both sides, and then they take over both battlefields. But instead of having a Kaisa in hand, I would have a Watcher and -1 Hextech Ray. And then all I need to do the next turn here is I would just play the Watcher Accelerated. Zap? No, because a Watcher Accelerated, I can't even zap their Watcher. I guess I could just... So they would go to 7 regardless. I guess I would send the Watcher Accelerated to the right, push back their Watcher, zap the Poro, and then I would go to 7. And then at that point, it's just like whoever has Time Warp wins. So I play Kaisa, I send it in, threaten something, my opponent stays, I have to Hextech Ray it, and I Hextech Ray the other side. And then I send a Hopeful. And then let's say, so assuming that I did the other play, I pushed their Watcher back. And then I guess their Watcher would come in on the right. Or they would send Kaisa to the left. They draw 2. And then they would have to trade their Watcher into mine. I think they would still win here. So, because they have 2 accelerated Kaisas. And I don't think I have anything else. I feel like, yeah, no, there's so many bad plays here. I think the sending out the Kaisa turn 2, I didn't get punished by it, but I feel like there was something here with the Sprite Mother that I should have done better. Especially with sending the Sentry to the wrong battlefield. Like, if I cleared out this Poro earlier, I think what happened is this Poro actually survived. It survived the whole game. So, I think if I did the Sprite Mother play correctly, this Poro would not be so annoying and get, like, infinite points. Because I think because of the Poro surviving, my opponent clawed back and got ahead of me in terms of points. So that was horrendous. That was horrendous. I can't believe my Kaisa gameplay just a week ago was this bad. So what do we have here? We actually what actually happened is even though I lost I think 2-0 or 0-2, I decided to play one more because we had some extra time. And let's take a look at what exactly I did wrong here. I think I also lost this one. I just lost every Kaisa game, which is kind of sad. I think I'm probably going first here. I'm mulliganing for a 2-drop. I get rid of the Hopeful. I have Dreaming Tree. I get rid of the Stupefy. And I draw into 2 Dariuses. This is horrendous. Oh my goodness. I have no turn 1, but my opponent has no turn 2. I go to 4. I think I can choose to play Kaisa or I can play Yordle. I play the Yordle. Okay, smart. I didn't play the Kaisa. And then my opponent, they play a Sprite Mother. They send a dude over there, so I'm forced to go to the left. And here, I'm pretty sure I just play. My gut is saying I send the Yordle to the left, and then I accelerate Kaisa to the right, leaving one up for retreat. So I go to 2 points, I get a draw. But the downside is my opponent has one up, so if they Hextech Ray my Kaisa or give it a Stupefy, then going to the right is pretty bad. Lucky for me, Godwillow's Grove does not give them a hold card because they have a Sprite. So maybe it's send Yordle to the left, play a Kaisa in base. That could be possible. Or I could play a Poro. The only downside is if I send the Yordle to the left, the Sprite Mother can come in and punish me. And I feel like it's send the Yordle to the left and play the Kaisa. No. Send the Yordle to the left. And then if my opponent comes in with Sprite Mother, I can just retreat it. This is kind of hard. Maybe Yordle to the left, play Poro. I'm not actually sure. So what do? I send. Oh, this is fine. This is fine actually. Yeah, sending Kaisa accelerated to the left. This is fine. I forgot this was also an option, and this is good because now I can get retreat onto the Kaisa for Dreaming Tree value, and it's also hard for my opponent to go over with Sprite Mother unless they have something. And what did they play? They play the Falling Star. They play like Stupefy Falling Star to clear me. This is completely fine. I just retreat my Kaisa. The Yordle dies, but it's whatever. I have a humongous hand, which is great. So on my next turn, my goal here is to get rid of that Sprite Mother from Godwillow so my opponent doesn't draw. I believe all I need to do here is I don't like sacking Darius to Godwillow. They have 3 up, but the issue is if I don't throw in Darius, let's say I throw in Kaisa, my opponent's just has a good chance of Void Seekering it. If I put in Darius, even if they Void Seeker, even if they Smokescreen, it would trade at least, and I deny them the draw. So I'm pretty sure here I just play maybe like a Sentry or a Poro, and then ready the Darius. So we play the Sentry, the Poro, and then we ready the Darius. Darius goes in. They do have the Void Seeker. That's fine. I deny them the draw, and then we pass it back to them. I am in a pretty good spot here because they have not too many runes, but I have a lot of runes and a lot of cards. So I can do a lot, and they can do not as much. So they just play 2, which is understandable. We send Sentry to the right. Is that correct? Do we want to send Sentry to the right? It forces them to go to Godwillow's Grove, which means it's easier for me to clear out. And then, ooh, what am I doing? I'm flooding? I'm flooding. I don't know if flooding is correct here. I mean, I can't send in Kaisa because Kaisa, I have no way to protect it. So maybe flooding is correct. I mean, if they have rain, they have to deflect a lot, so I think this is not the worst. So I flood. I don't flood everything. I don't put the student, or else I get super punished by rain. These targets are not great for rain. So my opponent goes to both Noxus on the right, Poro on the left, and they leave infinite. Do they leave infinite runes up? No, they play Kaisa and student. Okay, so now my opponent actually put themselves in a position to get punished by rain. I clear everything. I guess they don't have any retreats. Yeah, they don't have any retreats. I score with both. There's no reason to play any units. Like, I guess I could play another student, but there's really no reason to, or else I can get punished by rain. They play the Darius. Darius comes in. They go to 6. This is kind of dicey because now they are ahead in points, and they could Watcher me. So I feel like this turn I need to basically wipe out the Sprite Mother alongside the Darius. So I think the play is potentially trade in the Poro with the Darius. Or Falling Star, the Darius and Sprite Mother, and then trade in the Poro. So let's see what I do here. Ooh, I don't think that is correct. That is not correct. I cleave over there. I draw into another cleave. I go to 5. And then my opponent, I send in a Darius to the right side. My opponent plays a Hextech Ray. Okay. Maybe it's good I didn't. I think it's okay. I think it makes sense that I didn't send the Poro to the Darius after falling starring it, because in this, like, it's very easy to get punished, especially by the Hextech Ray. So it's always safer to just send a Darius into a Darius, and then in this case I have cleave in case my opponent like smoke screens me or something. But yeah, they do hit me with a Hextech Ray, in which I respond with a cleave, so my Darius is alive. And now I have 3 up. My opponent only has a Sprite Mother. I think my play here is I need to Falling Star the Sprite Mother, because if they come in with Watcher, I lose. So what am I doing? Yeah, I Falling Star the Sprite Mother. This is correct. My opponent on their turn plays a Yordle. They accelerate a Kaisa, fine. And then they play a Falling Star to kill my Darius. So they go to 7. And now I believe I need to draw into a spell to kill that Yordle, I think. What is the play here? I mean, the only way I can kill that Kaisa right now is with Darius. So I play a student. I send in Darius. Okay, that's fine. And then my opponent... Why do I retreat my Darius? I guess I'm looking for a way to kill the Yordle. I don't know if this is correct, because right now, like, if I don't draw into anything, now my opponent can just get a free double conquer anyway. I mean, if they have Watcher, I lose, which is fair. And then I accidentally ready up. Whoops. Wait, did I ready up? So I get the retreat. I get a Sprite Mother. That's not great. And what am I doing? Why am I getting my runes back? Oh, do I concede? Is that what happens? What is happening here? I pass. Very odd, very odd. So my opponent sends the Yordle in. They recall it. So they didn't have a Watcher. So I don't understand why I retreated here. Like if they have Watcher, I lose anyway. So I guess I'm looking for a way. But like if they don't have Watcher, I could potentially win. So, because the thing is, if they have Watcher and they come in, I could react to it with a retreat. And if I draw into a Hextech Ray, I still haven't lost yet. So this is just silly. I think they take one more turn, and then I guess do I win? They play 4, and oh, okay, they got nothing, I guess. So I guess I do win this one, but I don't know why I retreated the Darius. That was not correct. Okay, so that's this game. Okay, so I still have one more best of 3 to go through, and I think this was the last game I played this night, and I believe I lost 2-0 here as well. So let's take a look at what exactly I did wrong. I believe I'm going first. That's why I get rid of the Yordle and the Hextech Ray. But I feel like you should never get rid of Hextech Ray. Oh, is that correct? Yordle and Hextech Ray? No. Like I want to save the retreat for the Dreaming Tree, and I want to get rid of the Acathian Rain, or I want to keep the Acathian Rain because of Reavers. But I'm pretty sure here it's get rid of the Yordle and the Acathian Rain, because the other two are just so good. And I draw into a horrendous hand, 2 cleaves. And we start off, we pass turn 1. I feel like this is very common when I lose. I just pass turn 1. Turn 2, I'm forced to play Kaisa. Am I forced? No, I'm not forced to play Kaisa, because I'm like, if I play Kaisa and I get what is it called? If I play Kaisa and I get Falling Starred, I think I just lose. So I actually just pass. I was thinking about Falling Starring, but it's like, do I really want a Falling Star onto a Poro? Like, I would have to hit it twice. I'd deramp by like 3? Horrendous. Yeah, so I pass turn 2. My opponent sends in the Poro. They go to 1. They play their Kaisa with 1 up. Understandable. I play my Kaisa for... Wait. Oh, I know what went wrong here. We paid 5 for Kaisa and didn't even accelerate it. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and now I see what went wrong. We paid 5 for Kaisa and we overpaid. I don't know if I would have. I think the play here at this turn, this is turn 3. I think I need to play the Yordle and just. Is it correct to Falling Star their Kaisa? I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually. But yeah, I did overpay for Kaisa here, which is kind of silly. My opponent goes to 3, sends their Poro back. They play Darius. They send Darius in. Why did they send Darius in? Huh? Because right now I just go over it with Cleave. Okay, that's an odd choice. Maybe we'll see why exactly they did that. So on my turn, I have a lot of choices here. I can send Kaisa in to Cleave onto the Darius. Basically force that Darius to retreat. And suppose they did have like some spells like what is it called? Smokescreen. I have 2 cleaves, so I'm pretty much chilling. And then if they do retreat the Darius, that means I can Falling Star onto the Kaisa safely. The other option I have is I could just Cathian Rain. But why would I Cathian Rain here when I can just get a free kill or retreat onto Darius and then Falling Star the Kaisa? Oh, no, 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 no. This is why I lost. It's not because I missed the turn 1 drop. It's because I Cathian Rained here. Because now what happens is they have 2 retreats. Okay. So, yeah, I remember this now. They have 2 retreats in hand. So let's say I didn't play the Rain. I cleave in with the Kaisa onto the Darius. They retreat. I draw a card. I Falling Star their Kaisa onto Reavers. It kills. It doesn't kill because they retreat it again. But I only used a Cleave and a Falling Star, and I also recycled one due to Dreaming Tree. So, yeah, and I can save the Rain for later. Ooh, yeah, this Rain was not right. This Rain was not right. Yeah, no, 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 no. It's not good. Not good. I think, yeah, if I yeah, no, this rain was not good because I could have cleared it with something way cheaper. I could have spent 3 runes on the cleave and the falling star, and I would have had enough up to play my Yordle and also keep up 2 retreats. So yeah, no, I think this play lost me the game. And don't tell me, how did I kill the Poro? Oh yeah, I killed it with the rain, I think. Yeah. So I send in, I lost so many runes because I had to target the Poro 2. My opponent plays Kaisa, goes to Reavers, they go to 5. They send Darius back. I'm forced to retreat. And this game is pretty much over. It's 1-5. That rain, I'm pretty sure lost me the game here. Because, yeah, if I didn't rain, I would go to, I'd go to 1. They'd still go to 5, and they'd have Poro and Darius, or perhaps Kaisa and Darius. But then I would be in a way better spot because I'd have a rain here. And then I could, if I rained here, I don't know if they have anything else. So I do, I do draw into a second falling star. So I use the 2 falling stars, clear the guys, and I lose like infinite runes. I play a Yordle, they play a Sentry, another Darius, they go to 6. They play another Sentry. It's my turn. I guess if I rained if let's say I did the other play and I rained this turn, I would also have a falling star for their Darius and then 2 Hextech Rays for their sentries. So I could try to prevent a win. And then what do I do here? I think I have to do double Ray on the Darius. Doesn't feel too good. Why did the Yordle die? Oh, I try to go in, it gets Hextech Raid. And my Kaisa's in base. My opponent just goes to 8 next turn. Yeah, no, this game was not great. That rain was horrendous. Do not do that. We'll go to game 2. I pull out the Arena's Grace. My opponent's at start to peak. I believe this is a new tech from the Shanghai tournament. We start off with Ravenbloom, Poro, 2 spells. I'm pretty sure, I don't know why I have Void Seeker here. I actually realized that if you're not on Reaver's Row, you don't really need Void Seeker. Like, obviously, it's good into the Kaisa mirror, but I mean, if they have retreats, it doesn't feel that good. I'm pretty sure I mulligan. You're supposed to mulligan the Void Seeker and the Student here, and that is correct. Play this. I finally have a 2-drop. My opponent plays the Yordle. I think over here I should be playing the Sentry and the Poro, or maybe even just the Poro and leave one up to try to deny their Conquer. And I think that's what I do. I play the Poro, I deny the Conquer with the Ray. They play 2 more units. I channel 1 with Start to Peak because I held, which is really good for me. And I send this back. I play the Sprite Mother, which is fair. I can't really play Kaisa here. I have to play a Sprite Mother. The Sprite Mother sends the token to the other. I go to 4. This is great, but I'm pretty sure I might... Is it correct to reinforce the left side with a Sentry? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's fine to play the Sentry here. I don't play it because I'm afraid of rain, but I feel like playing the Sentry here is actually not the worst. If I played it on the left side, then my opponent... I guess they don't have anything to go through the Sprite, so they just accelerate a Kaisa into the right. It's my turn. Now I got these guys. And I think it's fine that I didn't play the Sentry because now I can accelerate Darius into Star Tipped. Oh, why do I do that? No, that is not correct. Why am I playing Watcher at 4 points? Because here, they have 2 runes up, right? If I play, I think the only thing I get really punished by is Smokescreen. So I need to go at least 4 might or 8 might over to the Kaisa. So I think the play is I play the Sentry, I play the Darius, and I send Darius plus Poro to Star Tipped to play around Smokescreen. I feel like most Kaisas don't even have Smokescreen, so maybe I don't even need to play around it. But and then I go to 5. I send another Poro to the left, or Poro and Sprite Mother to the left. One of them, just one at a time in case I get raid. I go to 6, and then the next turn I can just play Watcher, and I win the game. But oh, this is bad. This is bad. I play the Watcher. I send the Poro here. It gets recalled. And I send the other guy over here. I go to 6. My opponent's at 2, so it's like, there's no way I lose this, right? Do I actually lose this? What do? They play a Cathian Rain. Oh, yeah. That's why I lose this. They play a Cathian Rain, and it clears my board. So, let's assume I didn't do this horrendous play. I would have Darius and a Sentry. And Darius requires 3 hits of Rain. And Sentry... Yeah. I guess they would kill off 1 Poro if I play around the Smokescreen. So 3 hits of Rain, 2 hits of Rain. Yeah, so if I did the Darius Sentry play, I think I should have at least 1 unit left over, even if they rained. And that unit would probably... Would it be in base? Probably not. I mean... I guess it would be still be at a battlefield, so they would clear everything, but I would at least have a Watcher in hand with an extra card draw. So they clear everything with Rain, they go to 4, and then so I would have a Watcher in hand with a Rain in this situation. Is that better? Not really. Watcher in hand with the Rain. Yeah, it's not really that much better. I mean, right now I can just play the... What is it? I'd play Kaisa Accelerated. I should have done... Wait, what? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to accelerate Kaisa into the Student here. Because they have 2. What could it be? If I play Kaisa Accelerated... I mean, I don't have to play Kaisa Accelerated. I could just play Darius. I think it's actually Sentry Darius into the right side to prevent them from channeling, because right now they go to 7. They can't even accelerate Watcher. They have to play Darius plus some card to go over my Darius. And then next turn I could Cathian Rain. And then try to... Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, the Kaisa and base is a little odd here. And then here I have I guess I would rain to clear the battlefields. I stupefy something. What did I stupefy? No, don't tell me I stupefy the Poro. That doesn't sound right. And my Kaisa goes in, it gets Void Seekered, fine. My student goes in for a trade. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's correct. And then I Falling Star the last 2 units, but my opponent plays a Stupefy, which buffs up their Raven Bloom, so I'm forced to... I mean, I feel like Darius was probably going in anyway. And now we're at a weird spot where I have a Darius, it gets cleared by Falling Star. My opponent goes to 7. And then now I have to rain, but I can't play any units. Oh, I play the Hopeful. And now my opponent is at 7. They play the Watcher, and they Falling Star my guy. And I lose this. I have nothing. I feel like there was no way I should have lost this one. But I did. I lost this one. So I'm pretty sure the mistake here was whatever. When I was at like... I think I was playing the Watcher. I think I should not be playing the Watcher when I have Darius and Sentry. If I played the Watcher later and I Darius Sentry'd, I get Rain, I cleared out. And my opponent here, I have Watcher and another card in hand. I could accelerate Kaisa in. I guess I would have Watcher and Stupefy. So I could accelerate Kaisa in. I would hit... What I get on... I get Falling Star. Yeah. So I would accelerate Kaisa in. And then I would Falling Star the other 2. I would go to 7. Now my opponent has to react with their own Watcher. And then I could just come in with my own Watcher. And then win the trade. Because I'm pretty sure they would have played a Darius here instead of Falling Starring my Darius. So, yeah, no. I think playing... I think the main mistake here is I'm playing Watcher before the game point. Or the match point. Or whatever. I'm playing Watcher way too early. And I think I tend to notice that with a lot of these Kaisa games I'm losing, is that there's no reason to play Watcher until you're like ready to end the game. Or you're basically down to a battle of attrition on whoever gets whatever units. So I think that's the learning here. There definitely were some other stuff. There were some other things that I messed up on, especially in the early game, in the other games. But this game in particular is the Watcher. And yeah, reviewing these Kaisa games from a week ago really makes me scratch my head. So I feel like I definitely learned a lot, especially from playing at these local tournaments. So hopefully I don't have to review such a horrible Kaisa play again. And I hope for those who are watching, you also learned something as well. And if you notice anything else I did completely wrong, I did a lot of things wrong in these games, definitely do mention in the comments below or let me know how you think. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.